AITA for not sharing a family recipe with someone who doesn't consider me family. My boyfriend Nick and I have been dating for 3 years. Almost 4 now. Before this incident I got along great with his family. I was invited to spend holidays with them and we exchanged gifts on birthdays, so I thought we were pretty close. Every year Nick's family goes on a trip. This summer the trip was to somewhere I really wanted to go. I asked his mom, who was planning the trip, if I could tag along if I paid for myself. She said sorry no, but this is a family trip and I wasn't family yet. I told Nick and he said no one's S.O. was invited, so I wasn't the only one being excluded. I was still upset but dropped the subject. It's now fall and the weather is getting cooler. Nick's family was coming over, so I decided to make my family's chili recipe to celebrate the cold weather. Nick and his family love my chili, so I made sure there was enough for them to take home. Before Nick's mom left, she asked if I could share the recipe with her so she could make it for a work potluck. I told her sorry, but this is a secret family recipe. She asked, aren't we already considered family? I replied, according to you we aren't. After that she went, oh okay, then left. After everyone was gone, Nick told me I was being cruel. I reminded him that his mother was the one who said I wasn't family first and she can't pick and choose when we are. He said that was a completely different situation and I was being petty. He left after that and has been cold to for the past couple of days. I don't see how I'm in the wrong here. It's okay for his mother to deny me something because we're not family, but when I do it I'm an asshole? Am I an asshole or was my response justified? NTA. He said that was a completely different situation and I was being petty. Yeah, it's different because this time his mom is the one being disappointed. This guy wouldn't stick up for you when you suffered a major disappointment. His family traveled somewhere you always wanted to go. You weren't allowed to join them. And he was fine with that because that's just the way it was. But his mom suffers a minor disappointment and he's willing to go to bat for her and ice you out. Because his mommy couldn't get your chili recipe? I hate how quick Reddit is to urge people to end relationships, but in this case, girl, kick him to the curb. It doesn't sound like your happiness will ever take priority over his mom's. Edit. Plus his mom probably hates you now, so seriously. Have a talk with your boyfriend about his priorities and consider your options. Edit 2. And take that chili recipe to the grave. NTA. That was a completely different situation. I agree with this. But not in your boyfriend's favor. A trip is just a one-time trip. If things don't work out between you and your boyfriend, they don't have to keep you invited for their future trips. A family recipe is a family recipe. Once you give it to them, they have it forever regardless. This absolutely requires more of a family status than a vacation. NTA. I am here for AAALLLLL the petty. She brought it on herself. I couldn't imagine being together 4 years and finding out they don't see you as family. My husband's mom welcomed me into theirs the first time I ever met her 3 months into dating. If she had treated me like this years into being together and my husband was okay with it, I definitely would have rethought my standing, not just in his family's eyes but his as well. It's not just about a recipe or a trip. It's about how they view you. Take this as a omen on the rest of your relationship. Rules for thee, but not for mommy. Cook here. NTA. It has nothing to do with the food itself. It has everything to do with mutual respect. Despite being around them for 4 solid years, she still felt the need to put you in your place by verbalizing to you that you aren't real family. So, what was she expecting when she asked for the recipe? The answer would have been the same for anything. And yet you still made sure to make enough for them to take home. And if your partner isn't on your team, then he never will. Y'all have been in a serious monogamous relationship for 4 years. It sounds like you all know each other decently well too. If that not enough to establish mutual respect, then mommy doesn't get what she doesn't deserve. Genuine question. That trip they took, was it really family only, or did you catch pics later of so's also attending? Thinking face. Take this as an indication for how your future interactions will be like with your BF. I don't know how he's been like all this while when he had to back you up. But this was so not it. Good on you for sticking up for yourself. Edited to add. NTA. Info 1. Is it really a secret family recipe? 2. Is it really a family trip that so's are not allowed to attend? 3. How many family member have so spouses? NTA. She's the one that set that stage up, not you. Was it petty or cruel how you worded it? I'm going with no. After all, she pretty much said the same thing. You throwing it back into her face never would have been possible if she hadn't said it first. You have picked the wrong family to join, and it is clear your boyfriend is a mama's boy. Dating for 4 years and not allowed on a family trip. AITA. NTA. Expressions such as tit for tat, or what's good for the goose is good for the gander, are perfectly explanatory here. Good show. NTA. She can't have it both ways. Either you're family or you're not. NTA. It wasn't petty as some have said. You applied the same rules and logic she did. Boyfriend is just annoyed you told his mum no. NTA. Sure, a vacation is different than a recipe. But if you slap it or anything as family only to limit access, then it's brought to the same level. Don't give anything that is family only of yours until you're married in and they've taken you on these family only vacations of theirs. And not before. NTA. So Nick's mum wouldn't allow you to travel with them as it was a family event but wants your family chili recipe. Lol. I would have done the same thing. Good for you sticking up for yourself. NTA. She made it clear that you aren't considered family, so she doesn't get to use the family card when it benefits her. Your boyfriend is an ass. Heck, my chef spouse has some recipes that even family doesn't get unless you're really well liked. NTA. NTA. She set the precedent. NTA. It was justified. She could have been nicer about as to why you couldn't come on the trip too. NTA. If your boyfriend's mother told you, you're not family, you have every right to repeat her words back to her. She's just pissed because she's dealing with unforeseen consequences she didn't think she'd need anything from you. At least not until after you married her son. So she treated you poorly. Her bad luck that when she did need something from you, the recipe, you remembered past events and treated her exactly how she treated you.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.